Hello there. So I haven't done this before, but I write short story eroticas over on Vocal for anyone interested in reading them. They're mostly, male, female, kinky elements, eroticas, with some other elements thrown in there occasionally. But I remembered that some people don't read as well as others, which is quite normal, let's be real. So I thought maybe people would like it if I read out just a portion of some of my more popular stories, or at least some of my preferred stories, I suppose. I'm using a laptop here, so that's why you'll see me reach over there. Now, I admit my voice may not be particularly erotic. I don't exactly try to be seductive vocally, unless, I'm in that particular situation, by the way. But nonetheless, this is a story called Playtime, featuring two sort of characters of mine that may make their way onto a novel one day. You'll learn their names eventually. Either way, I figured I would read out a small portion, maybe a couple minutes worth, and if you'd like to read more yourself, I will link this and all my other stories down below. And if you would actually like me to continue reading any more of this in a similar attire, then feel free to let me know down below. Fair warning, this is not exactly for children, so if you are not interested in basically me reading erotica, then kindly click off now and go find a different video. In the meantime, this is a story, like I said, called Playtime. So, my mouth curves, so I don't have the best speaking abilities, so you might hear me several words once in a while, but hey, we're learning. So, my mouth curves into a smile, and Adam tightens his hand around my throat. He maneuvers me against the wall, the sheer strength causing a tiny gasp to escape. He grabs my wrist and pins them above my head, pulling my dress off to reveal the Barbie pink lingerie I wore especially for the daylight sex. The outfit was too good to pass up. A smile brightens up his face, and he admires the outfit, running his fingers over the sparkly chain resting atop each breast. I grin and say, not quite a perfect fit, but I admit it's perfect. There's a new rasp in his voice, and he lifts me over his shoulder. I giggle and keep my chest together within the bra, given the outer nipple area is already showing. When we're upstairs, he leaves me on the bed, and I fix myself as he takes the restraints out. On your stomach first, he says with a grin, and I happily lay down. He binds my wrists and ankles. Then he climbs over me, and he applies me with body oil first. His fingers start to rub my shoulders, and he squeezes my neck tightly. The muscles are tight at first, but soon they relax, and I remember how much I enjoy it when he does this. His fingers work their way down my back, and I find myself relaxing more with each passing moment. Then he presses his fingertips into the lower half of my back, and he starts gently tracing my skin. The caressing sensation begins to feel like a sort of gentle lightning, making me arch my back and raise my ass into the air over and over. Then he moves his fingers ever so carefully along the middle of my spine, and I gasp and try to arch out of the restraints. When every inch of my back is tingling with the soft touch, he leans over and grabs the whip. I smile, and he lands a soft blow on my shoulders. The welcome sting makes me arch my back, and the whip trails along the now warming skin. The sting grows with each caress, and soon I pull at the restraints, but they do their job. Ready to flip over? Yes, I nod. Once the restraints are off, I move my arms out bit by bit so that my shoulders don't crack too much. I brace myself to turn over and half fall while doing it. Thankfully, the bed is large. After scooting over, he reties my limbs, and I relax back into position. He holds the whip in hand again and stands beside me. This time, the whip makes contact with my stomach. I have to hold back a grin as the sting is right where I want it. I feel my toes clench, and my stomach tightens naturally as each hit starts to make its presence known. The warmth on my back against the sheets now spreads to my front. He smiles at me and changes to whipping my crotch, and though I grunt out loud when the whip hits largest nerve center, I don't want him to stop. but actually that may be a good place for me to stop because I don't know how much of this I should really read out loud. And like I said, I've never done this before, and that was just kind of a sneak peek into some of my writing. If you'd like to read more, again, I'll link it down below. If you would like me to read more in similar attire, then I would be happy to do so. Just let me know down below. And thank you so much for watching. And hopefully you have a great rest of your day. Bye now.